Hello and welcome back to the Impression Wiz channel. I'm your host, the Impression Wiz, and welcome back to Pesterquest. I decided to go ahead and continue Pesterquest since I only have one more character that I can do with the most confidence, I guess. So, if you want to see some of the other stuff, please let me know, but I'm only doing like John and Dave mostly because I can do their voices. But if you want to see me play the Rose and the Jade parts, let me know. Cause I probably won't if I don't hear anything about that. So let's go ahead and do Dave. And yes, I'm skipping over Volume 2 to do this. I'll probably play it on my own later. Don't worry about that, but let's be real. As much as you enjoy your new friends, they all seem a little lonely. Like, maybe they don't have any friends besides the ones they talk to online. Is online friendship a reasonable alternative to a more traditional... Hold on. Sorry, I forgot to turn down the sound a little bit. Anyway, is online friendship a reasonable alternative to a more traditional face-to-face friendship? Are relationships, and dare you say, families that you choose not just as important, if not more so, than those you are able to touch and feel? That sounds kind of bad. Damn. Maybe being a little too real. You decide not to think about that too hard. Or think about it too hard, blah, blah, blah. But if you're going to be honest with yourself, maybe you aren't terribly interested in the greater context of found family and interpersonal relationships in the instant message era. You've got a fever. And the only cure for this disease called friendship is to mildly inconvenience a few teenagers. As much of a delight as it's been to make a young boy's face his existential future, rob a woman of her booze stash, and then self-reflect about the value of contextual relationships, it all felt a little heavy-handed. What you need is an emotional plateau or palate cleanser. Blah, blah, blah. I cannot read. I'm sorry. I just woke up not that long ago, so there are 2 kids left on this tour de force, and both sound like they'd make exquisite friends. Time to go full on easy mode here. You hear so much about this guy, you feel like you've got this one in the goddamn bag. Goddamned bag, I guess. With confidence, you zap yourself onwards. Good luck with this one, is what I would say. What am I looking at? Oh. You're already here. Wherever here is, it is blistering hot. You nigh instantaneously regret your choice of apparel. Why did you instinctively put your hoodie back on over this robe? Gown? You the mailman or mail person? This must be Dave. Rose mentioned that he talked a lot, and as you started to explain, it becomes apparent he is having this conversation at you, not with you. Wow. It is unbelievably humid. Unbelievably humid. Person adjacent? Person adjacent? Anyway, Egbert told me you'd show up eventually. Which I never doubted for a second, since one of the core tenets of the United States Postal Service is that you visit 4 extremely specific and spread out teenagers while sweating all over yourself. Practically a crime to not be increasingly moist while out here delivering letters on the roof of a skyrise. Which, as you know, is the most effective and legal way to drop off the post. Calmer than a New England potluck and wandering around on the roof with no package. I think he's figured me out, guys. It is actually really cool how much this kid seems to talk at you, but you're barely listening. Has the sun always been that red? Has the sky always been that, wavy? Are you alright? You are hardly alright. You tug at the collar of your soggy mess of a hoodie. This is an overwhelming, oppressive heat. An almost impenetrable air fills your lungs as you try and take a series of shallower and shallower breaths. The world fades to white. Thump. When you wake up, you're sitting propped up on a cheap futon in front of a large television. Ooh. A rough approximation of a person does an elaborate series of controlled falls culminating in what you can only describe as skateboarding for assholes. On your left, Dave exists in a quantum state that is both somehow sitting and laying down, but also neither. With that precision of a Swiss watchmaker, he swiftly presses a series of buttons that makes the awful polygon man on the screen T-pose and fall face forward into the ground. I shall show dominance to the ground! Whack! I'm sorry, that's probably like a Mini-Lad reference or something, or some reference to T-posing for dominance, I don't know. Seconds later, his skateboard flops helplessly next to him. He doesn't look away from the screen as he speaks. So, I guess you've lived? Or I guess you lived? Blah, 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 blah. It's not that I'm invested, but John might be sad. Classic John. You try to emulate his incredibly casual body language as you slide your body down to the futon. Your leg spread barely reaches the ground. Or your legs already barely reach the ground. Yeah, that guy's a dork, but I taught him everything he knows. You ask him if he taught him how to be a dork. You affect a completely uninterested face as though the sickness of your third-degree burn is not the single most exciting moment of your entire life. Gog damn. That is hard to say. I know they talk about it in actual Homestuck, and I've heard it read out through Voxus's dubbing of it, but it's hard to say it without, like, having to think about it. Owned in my own home. Owned within an inch of my life. I'm on the edge reaching out that hand of friendship, and this chucklehead, long live the king's me. Thousands of gazelles trample my useless body as Jonathan Taylor Thomas's persona watches on. Who will raise Simba now? Who's gonna to teach him about combat, philosophy, life? By the way, I put your nasty sweatshirt in the shower. Do I question that, or do I say dope, 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 dope? Let's, save. And if I mess up, I can go right back to it. I learned that out the last time with Pesterquest, And don't worry, Friend Sim will probably be better handled the same way. I should have been doing that in the first time, but you know what? Hindsight. Anyway, I'm gonna ask the shower, because I'm kind of curious. What? What? The shower? Yeah, it smelled, so I tossed it in there. Ran the hot water. You can thank me later. Won't someone need that? You don't want to put anyone out. You've already taken up so much of their hospitality. Also, you don't think that's how you're supposed to wash clothes? Nah, my bro's out for a while. It happens sometimes. Probably puppet related. Probably. Or game related? I don't know. He avoids the laundry minefield by opting for the nuclear option. Though you guess that makes sense. There are a lot of puppets around. Excuse me. Which strikes you as extremely normal and reasonable, and not even a little whack. Yeah, puppets rule, and end of story. Shit, close the book on that one. Time for Betty Bye Kid. Little man about to get his 8 to 10 on snug as a bug in a fucking rug. It's not easy reading as Dave. I mean, it may be an easier voice to do, but how he speaks, it's tucked the fuck in tight as can be on his way to Slumberland. Nemo who? Never fucking heard of him. Shit, hold on. He sits up and fishes something out of his pocket. A phone. What was he gonna say? He gets his phone from his pocket. You're not sure what you were thinking. As a perfectly normal human being from a 100% real and tangible Earth, you know that what a cell phone is. What is that? A first gen? Yikes. Time travel. What? He ignores your jab and you pretend not to be reading over his shoulder, though it probably could not be more obvious that you are. Hi, did you meet the mailman? My guy, we have gone over this time and time again. How do I put this in terms you can understand? Have you ever met a mailman in your life? Even in that shitty Constern flick you love, the dude has the decency to at least wear the outfit. Haha, I knew you watched it. No, I'd never waste my precious time watching even a single one of those Z-list garbage. You tried to wreck me. I'm just stating stone-cold facts. I just read an outline and browsed a few review sites to see what people were saying. I don't know. It sounds like that probably took a lot more time and effort than just watching the movie itself. Sorry. Ugh. What I'm saying is this isn't a mailman. I don't even think this is a person. We have thrust a person-styled entity into my life under the alluring guise of parcel delivery, which, if I'm understanding right, this clown isn't even very good at an account of how bad they bungled the only delivery that mattered. Yeah. At least Lalonde had the good sense to be skeptical of this absolute fucking tomfoolery. Don't be a dick. The mailman is cool. Let me read that here. Don't be a dick. The mailman is cool. John, I cannot stress this enough. You wouldn't know cool if it bit you right in the ass. Can you imagine? No. The dopest person you've ever met chomping away, just really getting up in there, ice cold and ear deep in that king feast of ass. What the hell are you talking about? Try to keep up, Egbert. This will be on the quiz. Honestly, I like that little thing there. That was kind of funny. And I still need to play Rose, and I'll play Jade on my own time. Don't worry. He looks uncharacteristically startled as he glances back in your direction, to find you only a few inches away, adamantly reading his private conversation with a friend. Hi, John! Jesus Christ, you're like a cat. How? How much of that did you see? You definitely didn't see him having a playful, flirtatious chat with a longtime friend, if that's what he was asking you. Dave desperately tries to refocus on his game hijinks. He makes his character, who you can see he has named Tony Cock. Tawny Cock. Yeah. Do what could be described as some insane flips and shit. Masterful. There's nothing at all flirtatious about two bros discussing eating ass. Just being straight as two arrows who are also straight. I mean, how would that even work? It wouldn't, that's how. It wouldn't, that's how. Blah, 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 blah. That's all. That's all there really is to say about that. Blah. I cannot read, I'm sorry. Blah. You reassure him that it is okay to be honest about his feelings. You're not here to judge him. John seems very nice. They would be cute together. Together? Like how? No, don't tell me. I actually don't give even a single shit about this line of thought. You might not have picked this up, but I'm definitely 100% not a homosexual. I thought that was John's line. No, Dave, I'm not a homosexual. There we go. Pretty much crawling in moist... Pretty much crawling in moist voluptuous. Pretty much crawling in moist voluptuous hose on the regular. Wait, hoes are real? Hell yeah, hoes are real. And they're damp? Shit, it's like I gotta start a square one with this hapless asshole. What school do you go to? The utter astonishment you feel at this earth-shattering revelation sends your consciousness for a spin, but you manage to steel yourself. This isn't your first tough customer. You tell Dave that hose is a gender-neutral term. Anyone can be a hoe if they believe in themselves. Hoe-like behavior knows no limits, no master. Despite just learning they were real mere moments ago, you are confident that to be a hoe is to be free. Oh. That's pretty dope, I guess. It's not... It's not like I've never thought of it. I mean, for the ironic payoff of obviously... Bleh. Can you imagine the look on his face? His best bro coming up to him with some dire news. I look up at him, eyes red with tears, as I put a hand on his shoulder and say, John, not to alarm you, but I'm gay. Now your clueless dipshit wiles have finally won me over. No, that sucks. His speech has become even quicker than normal as he stands and paces frantically around the apartment, completely abandoning his poor Tony. I mean, And this is purely hypothetical. If I liked anyone, which I don't on account of being too fucking smooth to tie myself down, it would probably be another one of my friends. You don't know her. She's not from around here. So that basically means I can't have a thing for John. Case closed. And a unanimous decision, the jury finds in favor of the defendant. Me. It seems like he's got a lot to think about, and maybe this is a little heavy for the first meeting. You already feel emotionally exhausted. No fucking way. Where is this for the long haul, partner? No fucking way. We're in this for the long haul, partner. We are entrenched in this shit. Oh no. You and me are fighting on the front lines of this. He isn't. You and me are fighting on the front lines of. Isn't he World War I? Troops are spilling over the embankment, armed to the teeth with various literature and pamphlets. I'm already learning so much about myself. I hope we don't get matrimonial up in here. Oh, is that good? The enemy is at the gate of my sexuality, and our air support is nowhere to be seen. If I don't make it, tell my wife or maybe husband I died and I live like I lived. Completely baller in every conceivable way. This conversation train has not just gone off the rails, but it's crashed headfirst into the nearest village. Just some unsuspecting hamlet fallen prey to this out-of-control ride. And I think a lot of the villagers are on fire. That's my own little thing, but this is no longer a conversation you have any say in. You desperately look around the room for anything else to talk about. So, puppets, right? Oh, no. You fucked up, mailman. You opened the floodgates of introspection. We are balls deep in this discourse waters, and there's nobody to blame but yourself. He stops pacing to look contemplative. His voice lowers to a mumble. Is he still talking to you? Does he still want to talk about this or not? Is it nearly impossible? It is nearly impossible to tell. Now, okay, hear me out. Do I have to come up with a gay name now, or can I still be Dave? I'm thinking Gabe. But let's not kid ourselves. That's the amateur choice. Obviously, my full title would be Gabe Strider Dick Rider. Oh. Hold on. I think this is a fail route, but I love it. I just gotta... Okay, that's enough. There has got to be a better way than this. You are so tired. And that's a failed ending. Blah, 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 blah. If you'll, Well, that was, interesting. And now because I decided to ask why my hoodie was in the shower. So I guess that was the wrong choice. And I think how I'm going to play this is that I'm going to leave that here, and next time around I'll choose the other option, because that was longer than I was expecting it to be. Not that long, but it's a good cutting off point, I will say. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please put a like on the video, and if you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads I have. And as always, I will see you Thursday.